पर्यन्तं वन्दे गुरु परम्पराम् लक्ष्मीनाथसमारम्भां नाथयामुना मध्यवान् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तं वन्दे गुरु परम्पराम् श्रीपाद रामानुजाचार्य's pranam mantra. यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुक्म यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुक्म व्यामोहतस्तत्किरणानि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरो भगवतो अस्य दयैकसिन्धो रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये. Let us all take the refuge at the lotus feet of Shripad Ramanujacharya. Srimad Ramanujacharya is none other than Lakshmana. He is none other than Adi Shesha. He is the glorifying potency of Adi Shesha. In one sense, it has been described that Shripad Ramanujacharya is the glorifying potency of Adi Shesha. Please mute your phones. Please mute your phones. I think Gautam should take care of those whose phones are unmuted. So Sri Vaishnava philosophy, or the Vishishta Advaita Siddhanta, which has been established by Shripad Ramanujacharya, that has a history from Nathamuni. I think that is why Lakshmi Natha Samarambhan Natha Yamuna Madhyavan. Lord gave his transcendental knowledge to Lakshmi. Lakshmi gave this transcendental knowledge to Vishwakshena. Vishwakshena appears as Nammalvar. And Nammalvar gives the transcendental knowledge in the form of 4,000 Divya Prabandham to Nathamuni. Nathamuni then gives this knowledge to his great-grandson, Ramanujacharya. But again, there is a nice, beautiful history behind this. His great-grandson was adopted in the royal order. But it was Nathamuni's plan that he sent one of his disciples, as Ramamishra, and somehow brought Ramanujacharya back to Vaishnavism. That is how Ramanujacharya took hold of Sri Vaishnavism. In his last days, he happened to meet Ramanujacharya, that too not directly. That all we'll be seeing anyhow now in the further topics. But then he had the desire that Ramanujacharya should take hold of Sri Vaishnavism. That is how his 5 disciples, that is Tirukachi Nambi, Kanchi Purna, then you have Mahapurna, you have Vararanga, you have Malabar, you have Kushtipurna, who gave the transcendental knowledge to Ramanuja. So Ramanuja, he was born in 1017 AD. That is 1007 years before Ramanuja appeared on this very day, that is Panchami Shukla Paksha. His father and mother, they desired a child, his only child. They desired a child. So they went to Triplicane, that is in Madras, Parthasarathi temple, and they prayed for a wonderful son. Lord appeared in the dreams and told, you all go back. I will appear in your womb. So anyhow, Balaram and Krishna are non-different. I will appear as Acharya to refute the wrong philosophy which were so much prevalent at that time because of Shankaracharya's Mayavad philosophies. Mayavad Siddhanta, Mayavad teaching, so much it was prevalent. That is why to establish Vaishnava Siddhanta, to establish Bhakti, I myself will appear. So Lakshmana, or you can say Balarama, can say the glorifying potency of Lord Adishesha, appeared as Ramanuja. So his mother's name is Kantimati, father's name is Keshava Dikshita. Now Kantimati had another sister. She had a sister, her name was Deeptimati. nice, wonderful son is born to her, whose name was kept as Govinda. So Kantimati's brother, that is Shripad Ramanujacharya's uncle, Shailapurna, is also known as Malayanambi, Tirumalayinambi. So Shailapurna, he comes and gives wonderful name to these two children. For Ramanujan, actually he gave the name Lakshmana. He saw all the wonderful transcendental signs in the child. He kept the name as Lakshmana, and for Diptimati's son, he kept the name as Govind. Now, right from the childhood, Ramanujan was a very, very wonderful boy. He used to have so much of reverence to the devotees. There was a great devotee, his name is Kanchipurna, Tirukachi Nambi also we say. So Kanchipurna every day used to pass from his house. So where is the birthplace of Ramanujacharya? That also we should know, Sriperumbudur. The Sriperumbudur, very nice, wonderful house Ramanujacharya has. So he used to sit in the veranda. At the time, he used to see a wonderful devotee every day going from Poonamalai, that is little away from Sriperumbudur. From Poonamalai, he used to come every day walking to do Ekanta Seva to Varadaraj Perumal at Kanchipuram. Every day, Tirukachi Nambi used to come. Somehow, Ramanuja felt so much of reverence in seeing this wonderful devotee. So one day he called him, and in this way he had friendship with Tirukachi Nambi right from his childhood. So one day he felt that I should feed Tirukachi Nambi. Tirukachi Nambi said, see, I am low born. You are higher caste, you are a Vedic Brahmana. He said, I don't believe in this. I believe that one who is a wonderful devotee of Lord, he is the topmost of all. So right from the childhood, we can see how much regard he had for the devotees, and he is so liberal. His teachings were so liberal. So in this way, every day he used to talk to Tirukachi Nambi. And also his father, Keshava Dikshita, used to teach him the Vedas. He was 16 years when he got married. His father got him married to a wonderful girl, Lakshambal, very beautiful girl, Lakshambal. But it so happened, just after 1 month of the marriage, father left his body. Now, who is going to teach Ramanujan? That was the big concern, and also the place was reminding them of their father. So the family thought, let us shift to Kanchipuram. Kanchipuram is not very far. Kanchipuram is known as a place of learning also. So then the whole family shifted to Kanchipuram. In Kanchipuram, there was a great scholar. His name was Yadav Prakash. And he was a Vedantist, Vedanta philosophy he had studied. And here Ramanujan also wanted to study Vedanta philosophy. So he joined the school of Yadav Prakash, and Yadav Prakash was very happy to see a wonderful scholarly boy. And he was not only a scholarly boy, he had all the etiquettes also. He used to do personal service to his teacher. So in this way, Ramanuja became very great, very chief disciple and a very beloved disciple for Rama. What is it? What is it? Language issue? He became a very wonderful devotee, wonderful disciple. What is you want in Hindi? I can. Okay. So you can afterwards translate. You don't understand a bit English also? I think I can understand. It's simple English. So he became a very chief disciple and a favorite disciple of Yadav Prakash. And it so happened Yadav Prakash used to give the Advaita, non-dualistic philosophies. It was very Advaita philosophy, non-dualistic philosophy. Somehow after some time, it so happened the tension between the guru and the disciple started. The explanation which Yadav Prakash used to give was not tolerable for Ramanujan. It so happened one day he was massaging the feet of his teacher, Yadav Prakash. At the time, Yadav Prakash was explaining some passage from Chandogya Upanishad to one of his disciples. The explanation, the Chandogya Upanishad passage was a sutra which was given. The sutra which was given was Kapyasam Pundarikaksha. Kapyasam Pundarikaksha. So, the explanation which Yadav Prakash gave was asam means the place of sitting. Kapi refers to monkey. Kapi aksham asam pundarikaksham. So kapi refers to monkey. So Lord's eyes are compared to the posterior part of the monkey. This was too horrible for Ramanujan to hear. Thought, what a horrible explanation the teacher was giving. Kapi asam. Kapi means monkey. Asam means the posterior part, the sitting place. Because the sitting place of the monkey is pinkish in color. And here he has explained with the eyes of Lord, comparing it. So now then, he could not tolerate it. He was actually crying. Hot tears fell on the feet of his guru. Guru told, Yadav Prakash told, "You're crying?" Yes, I could not tolerate the explanation what he gave. He said, "You tell, if you know the explanation very nicely, you better explain." He said, "Kapi also means sun. Asam means which blooms. The flower which blooms from the rays of the sun, that is Kamal. Kamala Lochan is Pundarikaksham. It is the eyes are compared with the lotus. The Lord's eyes are compared with the lotus. Kamala Nayana, Kamala Lochana, Pundarikaksham." So now Yadav Prakash was really highly tensed. So nice explanation, but he could not admire it because he had a fear that his student is explaining more nicely than him. So artificially he praised, but he said, this is only a superficial explanation. The real explanation is what I gave. Anyhow. Then another place it so happened, he said, Satyam Jnanam Ananta Brahman. Satyam Jnanam Ananta is Brahman. Again, it was very horrible for Ramanuja to tolerate. How can Satyam be Brahman? How can Jnanam be Brahman? How can Ananta be Brahman? Satyam Brahma kaise ho sakta? Satyam Brahman, Ananta Brahman. How can Satya be Brahman? Like, the girl is very beautiful. Beautiful girl, when you say. How can beautiful be the girl? This is the quality. Beautiful is the quality of the girl. So the Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam are the wonderful aspects or the qualities of Brahman. So they are the qualities of Brahman. They cannot be Brahman. So in this way, when he gave such explanation, now he's really in anxiety on the Yadav Prakash. He thought, let me kill this boy. So he planned out with some of his students, kept this as a topmost secret. Let us take Ramanuja to Varanasi. If possible, we can kill him on the way also. And if we go to Kashi, if we're not able to kill on the way, we'll go to Kashi and somehow drown him. Will not have any sins incurred. So they were crossing, they came the foothills of Vindhya mountain. So that time the teacher thought it's the right time to kill him. No one is there. By the time his cousin, that is his mother's sister's son, Govinda, he informed him of the wicked plan of his teacher, of their teacher, and somehow made Ramanuja escape from that place. So Ramanuja was running whole night. Whole night he was running. And he was really tired. It so happened the next day in the afternoon, he saw one hunter and huntress. Then he asked them, "Who are you?" "We are on the way to Kashi." Then they just told, "You also come along with us." "No, we are on the way to Rameshwar, not Kashi, Rameshwar." So in this way, they took him along with them. And when the night came, they all rested in a place. Next day, the huntress told, "I'm very thirsty." So Ramanuja went to fetch water. There was a well nearby. He went to fetch water. When he came back, he saw this hunter and huntress are not there. They have disappeared. And it's no more the forest, but having buildings, houses around. Then he asked a person, "How is it that I was in the forest, but now it seems that this is a city? This is which city?" Then they started laughing at him. He said, "Hey, what is this? You don't know? You're not recognizing your own city? You are in Kanchipuram." Then Ramanujacharya realized, oh, this is actually the kripa or mercy of Varadaraj Perumal and Tayar Devi. So in this way, he went to his house. He narrated everything to his mother, but they decided that we will not disclose this to anyone. Now Yadav Prakash, he thought maybe some animals must have killed Ramanuja, wild animals must have killed Ramanuja. So anyhow, they thought, very good, wonderful, by the will of Providence, we did not have to do anything. So when he came back, he was shocked to see Ramanuja. But somehow he was not showing as if he is in shock. He just said, "Oh, we were searching you." And Ramanuja also did not disclose that, did not show anything. In fact, he was very humble. Again, he joined the school, very humble behavior. So the teacher thought, oh yes, he must not be knowing of our plans. So the studies went on. So one day it so happened they all went to take darshan at Varadaraj temple. Ramanujacharya from Srirangam had come to Kanchipuram. So when Ramanujacharya was going back at that time, he saw Yadav Prakash with all his disciples. Especially, he was keeping his hand on Ramanuja, and Ramanuja was looking very effulgent, a very tall boy, effulgent. Then somebody told, because Ramanujacharya was so impressed by seeing Ramanuja from a far distance, he asked one of his disciples, "Who is this boy? He looks very effulgent." So this person told, he is the same boy who actually gave a wonderful interpretation to Satyam Jnanam Ananta Brahman, Pundarikaksham, Kapiyasam, Pundarikaksham, all these phrases he gave wonderful explanation. So Ramanujacharya was so happy. He prayed to Varadaraj Perumal that please give this boy to Srirangam. Somehow, please bring him back to the Vaishnava cult, because he's studying under Yadav Prakash with his Advaita, which is a Mayavad school. So in this way, he prayed to Varadaraj Perumal and went back to Srirangam. Here what happens? Again, there is a disaffection with Yadav Prakash. Now, the explanation given for another Sarvam Kalvidam Brahman, the third phrase, Sarvam Kalvidam Brahman. Everything is Brahman. Even the Jiva is equivalent to Lord. There is no difference between Jiva and Brahman. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahman. So this is the explanation which was given. So all the students except Ramanujacharya were very happy. Oh, Jiva is equal to God. But then Ramanujacharya said, this is not the right explanation. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahman. Everything belongs to Lord, comes from Lord, belongs to Lord. So Brahman is the supreme Brahman, that is Lord. It is by Lord, from Lord, stays in Lord. That means stays in the power of Lord. Then the example was given of fish, how the fish resides in water, eats in water, dies in water. So, does it mean that fish becomes water? No. So, in the same way, Jada Brahman, Jiva Brahman, everything emanates from Lord. Though it emanates from Lord, it cannot become Lord. It emanates from Lord. It is not different from Lord only in what? Jiva is not different from Lord only in quality, not in quantity. Jiva is always servant of Lord. So nice explanation was given by Ramanujacharya. Now teacher told him, get lost from here. I don't want you here. So then, anyhow, he came back. Ramanujacharya just paid obeisances and came back. So I was just sitting in the house when Kanchipurna came. He prayed to Kanchipurna, please accept me as your disciple. Kanchipurna told, see, I am low-born. You are higher in caste. I cannot transgress the rules of the Shastras. I cannot take you as my disciple. But I can engage you in the service of Varadaraj Perumal. Anyhow, Varadaraj Perumal, then he recollected, yes, Lord came and Tayar asked me water. So let me start with Jala Kainkeriam. Kainkeriam means service. In South, you have certain words. Kainkeriam means service. So Jala Kainkeriam was started, taking the water from the well and giving it to Kanchipurna for the service of Varadaraj Perumal and Perandevi Tayar. So now here in Srirangam, what is happening? In Srirangam, Ramanujacharya is growing very old. He is very sick also. And he knows that his end is very near. So he calls all his disciples and pays obeisances and says, please forgive me for any offenses I would have committed. All the disciples started crying. They said, oh Master, what authority we have to forgive you and what mistakes you have done. So in this way, all started crying. Ramanujacharya told one of his disciples, Mahapurna, Periyanambi, is also known as Periyanambi, go to, because he used to pray every day. Every day he used to pray to Varadaraj Perumal. And the news was brought by one of the person from Kanchipuram, because he came to see Ramanujacharya. The news has gone that Ramanujacharya is very sick. So this person comes to see Ramanujacharya. He tells, now Ramanuja has left that school. So Ramanujacharya is very happy. He tells to Mahapurna, if possible, bring him as soon as possible. So Mahapurna leaves to bring Ramanujacharya. Meanwhile, here what happens is Ramanujacharya leaves the body because Ramanujacharya is very sick. Also, he now sits in the yogic position and leaves the body. Now, Mahapurna comes to Srirangam. He comes to Kanchipuram. He meets Tirukachi Nambi, that is Kanchipurna, and tells what all happened in Srirangam. Ramanujacharya has told him to bring Ramanujan. So, Kanchipurna, what he says is he shows Ramanujan. He says, this is Ramanujan. You can talk to him. So immediately he starts narrating that Ramanujacharya.
दो और गमछा ले लेता हूँ मैं. दो ले ले हो जाएगा. एक रूम में रहेगा, एक लेके चलेंगे.
Somebody has to mute the phone. Gautam.
ठीक है, और कुछ?
Gautam.
याद आए तो चपमाला तो लेना ही है. मेरे को साक्षी माला खरीदना.
सुशांत प्रभु.
मेरे को अंदर का माला भी लेने का है. मेरा एक ना वो भी टूट गया है.
अरुणा, can you call?
अच्छा, ये वाला.
Gautam.
एक दुकान है ऑपोजिट में, उधर मंदिर.
Yes, Mataji, I am calling Gautam.
I 100 times told him to make him as a co-host.
नहीं है सब. मेरे को ना नीम का ही लेना है, तुलसी का नहीं लेना है अभी. हाँ, उधर ही मतलब तुलसी माला भी उधर मिलता है और सब.
If you are the co-host, at least you can do that. Gautam is not conscious also.
हाँ, नीम का ही लेना है. क्या है, टूट जाता है जल्दी, इसीलिए। हाँ सही। वो क्या जब बड़ा बीट रहता है ना, तो मेरे को करने में इजी रहता है थोड़ा। हाँ।
सुशांत
जब
प्रभु,
अपने अगर होपफुली अगर दीक्षा होगी तो फिर देखेंगे आगे। हाँ ठीक है। और कुछ बाकी रहेगा तो मैसेज कर देने।
हाँ, और कुछ रहेगा तो मैं
मैंने तो ले
कर दिया
लिया।
नहीं।
हाँ मैं कितना 4 स्नैक्स लिए हैं, चल जाएगा ना इतना तो।
ask
हाँ
him to
चल
make
जाएगा,
you
देख वैसे
co-host.
स्नैक्स ट्रेन में ही चलेगा, वृंदावन में तो सब
उधर ही खाने वाले हो तो।
उधर ही खाने वाले और मिलते हैं।
आखिरी दिन का कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्या करना है। एक अपना ट्रेन में जाएगा।
This is what
हाँ,
happens in the
Mataji, I'm
online
trying
class.
him. He is not picking.
So you have to call Sushant Prabhu then. Call Sushant Prabhu. Sushant Prabhu, mute your phone. You're talking so much, disturbing the class. Okay, somehow there's a silence. But still he has not muted the phone. So anyhow. So it so happens, Mahapurna, there is Ramanujar, that Yamunacharya is calling you. So they come, 4 days it took from coming from Yamuna, from Kanchipuram to Sri Lanka.
वो मैं समझ।
Again started. Sushant Prabhu, you're not supposed to talk. And if Gautam is there, Gautam is listening, can you just make Aruna as co-host. So it so happens it takes 4 days to come to Kanchipuram, to come to Srirangam. The district is Trichinapalli. When they come to Trichinapalli, they see a long procession of the body taken. Then they ask, whose body is it? It's a long procession. They tell, this is Yamunacharya's body. Immediately, both of them, Periyanambi and Ramanujacharya, they fell unconscious. They are weeping so much. They come near to the body. At that time, Ramanujacharya could see 3 fingers are clasped. He asked other people, other disciples, was it like this before? They said, no, only when he left at that time, 3 fingers were clasped. So, by the will of providence here, Ramanuja declares 3 statements. He says, I will dedicate myself to spread Sri Vaishnavism. I will teach everyone 4,000 Divya Prabandham, Tamil Vedas, and bring them at the lotus feet of Lord. There's a first sankalpa what he took. 1 finger opened. Then he gave the second vow. He took second vow. That I will write a commentary on Vedanta Sutra, which is given by Veda Vyasa. So then again, the second finger, that is bhashya. Yeah, I will write a nice, wonderful bhashya. For bhashya means commentary. So in this way, second finger opened. Then third finger opened when he took the third vow. He said, Parashar Muni gave us Vishnu Purana. So I will see that I will keep one of the great Vaishnavas' name after him. So when he took this third vow, again, third finger also opened. So 3 fingers opened. All of them who were assembled there, Yamunacharya's disciples could understand this is Ramanujacharya is going to become the main pontiff in future for Sri. Now it so happened, Ramanujacharya was very upset. He did not take darshan of Ranganatha because he was very upset with Ranganatha that Ranganatha did not allow him to meet his guru. If he had given even a small chance, even a moment association with the guru, then he would have made a staircase to Parampada and made arrangement in such a way that everybody he would have taken to Vaikuntha Parampada. That is the power of his guru. Because of the association, the guru, he will give me so much of strength, he would have given me so much of strength that I would have taken everybody to Vaikuntha. Anyhow, this all happened. Now, he is so eager to get initiation. He wanted to have guru. Again, he goes to Kanchipurna. It is, oh, please accept me as your disciple. So Kanchipurna told, See, I cannot do that. You are higher born. So then what to do? Then he planned. Let me call Kanchipurna at home and feed him. And if I take his remnants, by default, he becomes my guru. So he tells his wife Rakshambal to make wonderful meal, nice lunch prasad. And he goes to bring Kanchipurna to home. He comes to know that Kanchipurna already left to his house. He comes hurriedly and sees that his wife is cooking again and has taken bath again. So he told, what happened? Why you are cooking again? He said, yes, the Kanchipurna had come and he is low caste, he ate. He said, where is the feminist? Where is that leaf in which he has eaten? He said, I have thrown it to the dogs. That is why I took bath again and I'm cooking again for you. She was very much caste oriented, too much to casteism. So then he just cried, beat his hand on his head and thought, this is the last hope I had, and I'll get Guru. But my wife spoiled that also. When he went to see Kanchipurna, Kanchipurna had left to Tirupati 6 months later. He came back. Ramanuja told, I have 6 doubts. I will not tell those things, but please ask them to Varadaraj Perumal. Anyhow, you do Ekanta Seva. So without asking anything, no doubts were told also, just Kanchipurna placed before Varadaraj that Ramanuja has 6 doubts. You give the solution. 6 Mahavakyas were given by Varadaraj Perumal to Kanchipurna. The first Mahavakya is, I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Varadaraja. Varada means benedictions. Raja means king who gives all the benedictions. So Lord Krishna is Varadaraja. He is the Supreme Person. Second, there is a distinct difference between Jiva and the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord is Master. Jiva is the servant. Third, the only way to attain Mukti is by taking refuge at the shelter of Lord. Generally, people think Mukti means becoming one with Brahman. No, taking refuge and serving Lord. That is Mukti Tvanyata Rupam Swarupena Vivastitihi. Understanding our Swarupa, that we are always servant of Lord. Fourth Mahavakya. A devotee need not chant Lord's name at the time of putting the body. You will say, what is this? Because in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna clearly says, Antakari chamami vasmana muktva kalevaram yaha prayati samadbhavayati nastata samshena. Why here in the 4th Mahavakya, Lord says that there is no need for chanting at the time of death? Because a devotee never forgets. Why he has to only chant at the time of death? He is always chanting. That's why there is no need. Indirectly it is said, a devotee never forgets to chant. 5th Mahavakya, that Lord somehow makes arrangement. Lord remembers the devotees and makes the arrangement to bring him back home, back to Godhead. Bring him to Vaikuntha back. And 6th Mahavakya, tell Ramanuja to go to Mahapurna and take initiation. As soon as Ramanuja heard this Mahavakya, he just ran towards Srirangam. And there, Mahapurna, all the devotees tell to Mahapurna, somehow bring Ramanuja back. So Mahapurna has started from Srirangam towards Kanchipuram, and here Ramanuja has started from Kanchipuram towards Srirangam. There's a place which is known as Madurantakam, which comes in between. Both of them meet. At that time, Ramanuja falls at the feet of Mahapurna and tells, please give initiation. Says, yes, tomorrow anyhow we are going to reach Kanchipuram. There I'll give before Varadaraj Perumal. He says, I cannot wait even for a fraction of a second. Because I don't know when the death will come. Because he has experienced his meeting with Ramanujacharya. He was late by only some time. Ramanujacharya has left the body. So he says, I don't know what is going to happen the next. You please give me pancha sanskara. That is how pancha sanskara. That is pancha. Who is talking here? Again, Aruna, you are not the co-host. If you are not the co-host, again remind Gautam. This Gautam is, I don't know, 100 times I have to tell Gautam.
Done, Mataji.
Yeah, those who join, please be careful that your phone is not in unmute. And then you should also hear. Don't talk something. Don't give disturbances. Anyhow. So Pancha Sanskar was given, that means initiation was given to Ramanuja with Dvai mantra. Shriman Narayana Charanam Sharanam Prapatye Srimate Narayanaya Namaha. Dvai mantra is given because initiation mantra is given. So this Dvai mantra was given by Mahapurana, that is Periyanambi, to Ramanuja. Now Ramanujan insisted his teacher to stay in his house and teach Divya Prabandham. So Mahapurana with his wife came to Ramanujan's house and taught him Divya Prabandham. He stayed there. But one day again, what happened? Ramanujan's wife, Rakshambal, was removing water from her well. Teacher's wife, that is Mahapurana's wife, was removing. She was given one well. You remove from this well. So she was removing the water. By mistake, few drops of that well fell in this well. And Rakshambal was so angry. She said, you are low by low. We are high caste Brahmanas. You are low caste Brahmanas. And this way it started. Now anyhow, she was very soft-spoken, gentle by nature, Mahapurana's wife. She went and told this to her husband. I think we are causing a lot of disturbances. Then they both left. And Ramanujacharya, after doing his seva in the temple, comes back. He asks, where is teacher and his wife? At the time, Rakshambal says, oh, they are actually spoiling our house. And Ramanujacharya was so upset. Now he decided that somehow I should abandon this wife and I should take sannyas. That is how the arrangement was made, that he sent his wife to her house with a Brahmin's letter. Brahmin took a letter in which is stated that in your house your sister is getting married, so come and help us in the arrangement. He gives all the treasure, wealth and all to her and tells, take all these ornaments, go. And now he goes to Varadaraj Perumal and takes sannyas from Perumal, directly from Perumal. Then Perumal means the supreme person. In South, these languages you should understand these terms. Perumal means the supreme person. Tayar means mother, that is Lakshmi. Consort of Lord is Tayar. So now here, when wonderful sannyas initiation is given by Varadaraj Perumal to Ramanuja, Varadaraj Perumal gives him the name Yatiraj. Yatiraj means you are the prince of ascetics. So now when he took initiation, I thought that I should stay in the Matha. The first disciple was his own cousin, that is Dasharati. The next disciple was Puresha, who is going to play a very important role in the upcoming years. Puratalvar Puresha. And to surprise what happened, Yadav Prakash, who was his teacher, who was propounding Advaita Mayavad philosophy. Now this teacher happened to meet Trukachi Nambi, that is Kanchipurna. Because his mother was a very nice devotee. His mother told, see, you give up all these wrong philosophies. Go and take shelter of Ramanuja. And he comes and takes shelter of Ramanuja. Kanchipurna also told the same thing. He comes and takes shelter of Ramanuja. Ramanuja gives him the name Govindajiyar. He gives him initiation and gives him the name Govindajiyar. Now Ramanuja decided that he should go to Srirangam. He comes to Srirangam. He relocates himself to Srirangam, takes darshan of Ranganatha Perumal. Ranganatha Perumal blesses him that you will get the power to heal all the sickness. You will have the power to protect the devotees. Anyhow, Adishesha has the power to heal the sickness and protect the devotees. So Lord gave nice blessings. Here Kuresha, who was the second disciple, he comes in Srirangam to meet. It is not that he came in Kanchipuram. Kanchipuram, Dasarathi came and Govindajiyar became the disciple. Now Kuresha, he was a very wealthy person. Kuram was his city. He and his wife, Andalamma, they used to feed people, thousands of people every day. And after feeding, then only they used to close their gate. And how they used to feed? In gold drona, not such some patta drona. Every day in gold drona, so much of money they have. One day when they were closing the door, chor se dhang karke, that awaj came, that voice reached in Kanchipuram temple. Perundevaya Tayar is asking to Varadaraj Perumal, who closes this door every day so loudly? He said, my disciple, my devotee, that is Kuresha. But somehow, Kuratalvar, or you can say, Tirukachi Nambi, that is Kanchipura, he sent a message to Kuresha that you are doing wonderful activity, but can you close the door little softly so that our Perundevi Tayar is not disturbed and our Perumal is also not disturbed. Then Kuresha, when he heard this message that the closing of my palace is causing disturbance to Tayar and Perumal, he immediately thought, what a blunder I am doing. He told to Andal, it's not good. We are having so much of pride. We think that we are the ones who are feeding people. Let us give up all these things. Let us go and take shelter of Ramanuja. So in this way, he told to Andal, just start. On the way, he was seeing that Andal is trying to hide something and she is in fear. He asked, what are you holding? Because you hold something, then only you will be in fear. She said, I have taken a golden bowl so that you can drink water. He said, give it to me. He just hurled it and threw it. He said, this all is not necessary. Let us go giving up everything to Ramanuja. In this way, they take shelter of Ramanujacharya. So now Mahapurna wanted Ramanuja to learn more about the spiritual knowledge with Goshtipurna. So he sent to Tirukoshti Nambi, that is Goshtipurna, Tirukoshti Nambi, who was the main pontiff in Tirukoshtiyur. There's a nice place, Tirukoshtiyur, which falls in between Srirangam and Madurai. There Goshtipurna stayed. 18 times Ramanuja goes to Goshtipurna. First time when he went, Goshtipurna from inside is asking, who has come? Ramanuja told, I, Ramanuja, has come. He said, come after I am dead. So every time he used to give one reasons of not meeting Ramanuja and not initiating Ramanuja. All the 18 reasons we discussed in our yatra to Tirukoshtiyur, when we went on the top of the temple, Tirukoshtiyur temple, there we discussed. So then 18th time now what to do? Ramanuja goes to Ranganatha. He says, why am I always rejected? Then something dawns on him. And immediately he goes The question again is, who has come? He says, I, Adiyan, has come. Again, Adiyan means servant. I, Ramanuja, Adiyan, has come. I am the servant of Lord. Then Goshti Purna opens and takes him and gives him Ashtakshara mantra. Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana. Eight words. Eight words. 8 syllables. So Ashtakshara mantra, but caution him. You should not give it to everyone. If you give it to everyone, then you will go to hell. Then he thought, because this is the mantra which is going to take you to Vaikuntha. Don't give it to anyone. On the way, he was thinking, if I chant this, I'm going to go to Vaikuntha. But if I give this mantra to everyone, all will go to Vaikuntha. Anyhow, I had this desire. Everybody should go to Vaikuntha. If I go to hell, what it matters? Let everybody go to Vaikuntha. So what he did was, he climbed to the top of the temple. And from there, he called everyone. And loudly he chanted, Om Namo Narayanaya. Chanted. Everybody chanted. And the news goes to Trikoshti Nambi that Ramanuja has given Ashtakshara mantra to everyone. Trikoshti Nambi is so angry. Ramanuja comes. Ramanuja falls at the feet and says, please forgive me for not obeying your orders. Because I thought, let everybody go to Vaikuntha. What it matters if I go to heaven? Goshti Nambi was actually surprised to hear such a wonderful reason. And he could understand so much of compassion is there in the heart of Ramanuja. Goshti Nambi falls at the feet of Ramanuja and says, you are Emperumana. You are my master, Emperuman. Already 5,000 years before, Nammalvar, when he was asked by his disciple, Madhurakavi Alvar, that I want your deities, the first deities which were given by Nammalvar were the deities with a staff, sannyas staff. He said, these are not your deities. He said, this is the Bhavishyat Acharya. Already deities of Ramanuja were given 5,000 years before by Nammalvar, who is Vishwakshena himself, stating that he is Bhavishyat Acharya. That is why when you have to say Acharya, when you say Acharya, it indicates Ramanujacharya. Other all Acharyas you have to call by name, like Nimbarkacharya, Madhvacharya, Vallabhacharya. But when it comes to Ramanuja, you just have to say Acharya. You say Acharya, it refers to Ramanuja. So in this way, Emperumana name was given. So 5 disciples of Ramanujacharya played a very important role in giving or in passing the transcendental knowledge, which was given to them by their spiritual master, Ramanujacharya, to passing that knowledge to Ramanujacharya. So Ramanujacharya one day was walking on the banks of Kaveri. Kolidum and Kaveri, they flow in Srirangam. At the time, some street boys were playing with sand. They called Ramanujacharya, see, we have made a temple. We have made Ranganatha deities also with the sand. And we are offering some laddus. That was also made by sand only. So if the Lord is staying in temple, Lord is also staying here also. Ramanujacharya is all pervasive. He stays wherever you call him, he comes. He is staying everywhere. Then he says, then they told, we have offered some laddus that was made of sand. Can you please honor them? Ramanujacharya took and just put in the mouth. They were all surprised. Ramanujacharya paid obeisances to the deities which was made by sand. So in this way, Ramanuja, so many leelas are there of Ramanuja. In this 1 hour, it's very short time to discuss about Ramanuja's pastimes, but still whatever possible we could do, we have done. So, any doubts you have? So let us chant the pranam mantra. Yo nityam achyutapadam vajayutma rukma vyamo hatas tadparinani tadaya mene asmat guru bhagavad vasya kasindo ramanasya charano sharanam prapatti. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindu devacha patitanam pavanam vaishnavi namo namaha.